Only 8% of fathers in contested UK custody cases are awarded sole residence by a family court judge. I knew that number before I walked into my first hearing, my solicitor had told me. She was not trying to discourage me, she was preparing me. Because I was a single father with no legal aid, representing myself against a barrister, fighting for my 7-year-old daughter in a courtroom where the odds had never once been in my favour. I want to tell you about the day those odds collapsed. It happened because of a woman my ex brought to court to testify against me. For 14 months I fought to keep her. 14 months of hearings, 14 months of statements and counter-statements and Kafka's visits and legal bundles. 14 months of my ex telling a judge that I was volatile, unreliable, and that my daughter had expressed fear about spending time with me. I had no barrister. I could not afford one. I stood up in court and addressed the judge myself. I had never done anything like it in my life. I drove home after the second hearing and sat in the car and thought about giving up. I want to be honest about that. I thought about it. And then I thought about my daughter asking me one day why I had stopped. I did not give up. For the fourth hearing my ex brought a witness, a woman I will call M. She had been instructed to testify that she had observed me being aggressive and dismissive toward my daughter on multiple occasions, that she had seen my daughter become distressed in my presence. M took the stand. She was composed. She spoke clearly. The judge made notes. Then it was my turn to cross-examine. I had prepared 12 questions, written at my kitchen table at 1:30 in the morning. I asked M whether she had been present at a birthday party in March of the previous year. She said yes. I asked whether she had observed me interacting with my daughter at that party. She said yes. I asked whether in her statement she had described that interaction as aggressive. She paused. I placed a photograph on the evidence table. It showed me sitting on the floor with my daughter building something out of foam blocks. My daughter was laughing. I was looking at her with an expression I did not know I was capable of until I saw it in a photograph. I asked M whether the interaction shown in the photograph was consistent with the aggressive behaviour she had described. She looked at the photograph for a long time. Then she looked at my ex. Then she looked at the judge. And she said no, she said it was not consistent. She said she had felt pressured to characterise things in a way she was not certain was accurate. She said she was sorry. The barrister objected. The judge overruled. M said that in her honest view I was a devoted and attentive father, that she had allowed her loyalty to shape her statement in ways she now regretted. Sole residence awarded to me. My daughter came home that weekend. She brought her overnight bag and her stuffed rabbit and a drawing she had done at school. She had drawn our flat. She had labelled it home. I kept the photograph on the fridge. My daughter sometimes looks at it and asks what we were building. I tell her I cannot remember exactly. Something that fell down before we finished it. She says that is okay. She says we can always build it again.